Okay, what I'm going to try to illustrate here is how to do, if you're sewing a strip onto a square or a rectangle and you want to cut the corners. So if you're doing like a three-dimensional sort of box object or a storage bin or something boxy like that, just to show you how to do the corners. So at first you want to start with this strip going down the long side of the fabric, or the short side if you want, but I'm doing it the long side first. So then, whatever seam allowance you're using, I usually do my patterns with a 1/2 inch seam allowance for this bit, and it's really important to stick with the seam allowance that you were told to, because if you don't, you're not going to have the right amount of strip. So you sew it all the way down together, just like you were sewing something flat. Doobity-doobity-doo. All the way down. And when you get to whatever your seam allowance is, you need to get that close to the next side. So I'm doing 1/2 inch. So you leave the needle in, up on the presser foot, and see these are going in different directions, like that. All you do is you pivot the fabric as though you were sewing down this side now, and you lay this fabric out. You're going to have a little tiny bit of a gather. See the way that looks? See? So I've just pivoted it down, and then you just sew on down that side. Oops. Make sure you put the presser foot down. Your machine will yell at you. There we go, using whatever seam allowance you're meant to. You go on down. And then when you get, again, whatever blankety blank seam allowance from the bottom, needles down, presser foot up, pivot the bottom fabric, yeah, and then match it up. And then just push it flat. And your corner will actually look a little skew-ish. You'll have a bit of, the square, and the other thing won't be square, but that's perfectly okay. It will look perfect on the outside, I promise. And then that down, and then you go doo-ba-doo-doo, just like that. So you keep going all the way around for whatever the pattern calls for, but that's how you manage your corners. Alrighty, hope that has been helpful. Thanks so much.